What's going on, beasts, and welcome to episode 1 of the Absolute Beast podcast. Whether you're listening to this on YouTube or on Spotify, thank you for listening. Remember to visit my website, absolutebeast.org. Let's get this show on the road. Episode 1 is going to cover the topic when life gives you lemons. Today's episode, we're going to talk about one of the simplest quotes out there, probably one of the most common quotes that a lot of people hear. When life gives you lemons, the way that I guess dissect that quote is pretty much when life shits on you. I mean, people be like, oh no, lemons are pretty good. Yeah, but lemons are sour. I mean, apart from having it on your fish, you really don't want to eat fucking lemons. Have you ever seen a baby eat a lemon? It's always quite funny. They get that little sour taste, that look in their face where it's just like scrunches their head up, makes them look kind of stupid. But because they've never tried a lemon before, they assume it's going to be sweet. It's going to taste good. When life gives you lemons is essentially when life throws an opportunity at you that you probably don't want, a curveball as such. These opportunities will either make or break a person's character. And it shocks me how many people don't take these opportunities. Whether these opportunities are good, whether they're bad, whether they're going to impact you in a serious or even a small way, people shy away from taking opportunities. And I ain't going to be sitting here like some sort of Greek philosopher in the Stoic ways telling you that I've never not taken an opportunity. Me personally, for probably about 2 to 3 years, was living in this little comfortable bubble of mine. Many times, an opportunity would present itself, and because I was living in this comfortable bubble, I would never take these opportunities. I was coaching part-time at a gym. I loved it. I was at home making YouTube videos and content about CrossFit, fitness, and helping people. I enjoyed it. And during the rest of the day, I had to myself to learn and educate and do things that I wanted to do. Now, this was the essential setup of life, but it was too easy. I was not challenged. I wasn't doing anything that was pushing me out of my comfort zone. I was staying well within that, and that has no one else to blame but me. I didn't take risks. I wasn't doing things that were putting me under pressure because I was enjoying being within that bubble. I wasn't taking the lemons that life was giving me. One of the byproducts of life giving you opportunities is adversity. Adversity is essentially, for many people, something that they want to avoid. They don't want to have adversity, but we're surrounded by it. It happens every day. You know, you plan a nice weekend with a friend, COVID hits, lockdown, sorry mate, can't go out. You know, you want to go to the beach, but it rains. You want to go outside, but it's hot and it's just disgusting. You know, you want to go to the gym, but you're tired, unmotivated, you don't feel it. You want to lose weight, but you love food, you love eating, and it's really hard to put those two things together. You know, adversity surrounds us no matter where we go. And people worry so much about risk, they don't worry about taking one. They're not concerned about risking it for the biscuit because they're so comfortable not taking the opportunities that present themselves. People will literally work the same job for their entire life, even though they hate it. Put that one through your head. When life gives you lemons, it gives you an opportunity that you can either take or not take. The people who take all of these opportunities will end up being more fulfilled than the people who stay safe, even if they lose everything in that path. I was listening to a podcast by Jocko Willicks talking about good, the term good, and no matter what happens, there will be a good in the outcome that comes from the bad. You know, lose your job, get laid off, good. Now you can find a job that you actually want to work. You know, don't get selected for your sports team, good. You've got more time to train, prepare, and become better next time around, and you actually know what you need to work on. You failed a lift, good. Next time you know how to get that lift. Saying good pretty much reinforces that there's no real bad in anything unless you're dead. That's the thing that people it baffles me that they won't take these risks because they only think of the bad. They don't think of the good that's going to come out of it. They don't think of that learning opportunity, that ability to improve as a person. And I was the same for a very long time. I worked the same job. I didn't want to strive for anything more than just going to the gym and working 9 to 5. I thought that was the only way to live. My partner, Jess, she opened my eyes to achieving more, being more ambitious, and striving for what I actually want to do in life, which at the time I didn't know. And to be honest, there's still much of me that hasn't exactly formed that path. And for most people, you never actually will. But having some sort of direction to strive towards gives you a bit more opportunity to focus on what's important. One of my favorite quotes is going to seem a bit narcissistic, but it was created by myself. And it's something that I said to myself to hopefully inspire me to do more things, to be better as a person, and to take more risks. And essentially, the quote goes like this: regret is a risk not taken. What does that mean? It essentially means that in your life, you will regret what you don't do. For me, joining the army was something that was a risk. It's a risk because I was so comfortable. I had everything going for me. I was living the dream. But I took that risk because it's a challenge. I knew it was going to develop me as a character. It's going to put me under a lot of pressure. It's going to teach me a lot of things I didn't know about myself, about being a part of a team, about being a leader. I don't regret it at all. It's probably been one of the hardest things that I've done to this day. And I've done a lot of tough stuff, but joining the military was definitely something that threw a curveball in my life. Like I said, when life gives you lemons, I took those lemons and I didn't make lemonade, but I'm still making something out of it. Now, one of the other things that impacted myself personally is my back squat. My back squat was my favorite lift, and it still is to this day. I achieved a 200 kilo back squat just before I left for military training. Coming back from military training, I hit 137.5 for a single, and it was a struggle. So the loss of strength for many people would be demotivating, but for me, it sees it as another opportunity for me to try and hit 200 kilos on the head. I've done it once. It can be done. The lemons that life gave me said, sorry, mate, you're back to 137.5. And what I say is, well, fuck you. I'm going to be back to 200 kilos within the year. And that's a promise.
I'll do what it takes to make you believe. With my heart and hyperdrive, we do what we want, but when I'm free, with our hearts on hyperdrive.